On?
We're on.
Okay, good. Um, this is the planning board meeting of the Village of Tuxedo Park for July 14th, 2026, and I call the meeting to order at 7:02. And everyone is here except for Mr. Anthony, who will arrive, or he won't. Oh, and sorry, and John Thomas, who is the alternate, who is still getting used to the schedule and apologizes.
John Thompson.
Thompson, yes. Sorry, I know it has a T and an O at the beginning. I'll get there. Thank you. Who said that he couldn't make it. He's working on getting his schedule aligned now. All right, so the one application we have before us is the Vanham Properties LLC, construction of a new house on vacant lot at 182 Tuxedo Road, which is parcel 106-1-26. And for those following along at home, that is the parcel that used to be the gardens at the curve of Tuxedo Road, right before you get to the intersection with Tower Hill or the road down to the lake. And this is the second time you guys are here, because we had, I think, second.
Almost the third, I think.
Maybe the third. Oh, we're sorry. The second time with this version of the plan.
Yes.
We have done this a couple times before. So I know that we had a number of comments, and the board's engineer had a number of comments, which you guys have addressed, but maybe walk us through where we are with the project.
Okay.
And we'll go from there.
All right. So, you want me to open up the plan?
If you got a large plan, that'll,
It's one sheet.
yeah, I mean, we've got little ones in front of us. And if you would do me the favor of restating your name and all of that for the record.
William Johnson. I work with Brown and Youngblood Engineering and Surveying out of Harriman. Been there with them for 20 years. Previously retired from the city of Middletown as Deputy Commissioner of Public Works after 29 years. This site, as you know, is quite difficult. We've been through it with the muck land having to be removed and all of that. So you also asked the last time for wetlands to be located. We have the wetlands located by Pete Torgerson, and the wetlands are shown here and delineated. They're flags that he put in the field, we located, and they're now on the plan. We also show an area that will be filled, and it's less than an acre, which puts you under the limit for 1/10 of an acre you're allowed to fill, and we're less than 1/10 of an acre.
Per year?
Pardon?
Is that per year or?
No, it's like a one-time thing, really. Possibly you could get by after a few years, but it's generally just 1/10 of an acre is allowed with a Army Corps wetland. So the questions were that if the soil underneath that's going to be put in place of the muck that's going to be removed, if that soil is going to be permeable enough, we have a letter from terrible with names.
Carlin Simpson.
Carlin Simpson, that's a Bennett, that states that the fill will stand up to a 60-minute percolation for 1 inch. And we have a design for that with the pervious pavers and the stone bed underneath. We actually increased the size of the bed, I think 1.5 inches, somewhere in there, deeper than it was previously. Under with Carlin Simpson or whatever the name is, they're telling us that they want us to go to the limit of 60 minutes. So that's what we did in our design.
There's a diagram here.
Yes. And it's all stated on here. There's also note number 3 under the pervious pavement detail that states by Carlin Simpson had to follow their rules. We also have it in here in the notes on the left-hand side. We also had the clearing limit put out to the water service after we got the water located. We proposed a water service out to that line that we got marked out. So we're still under an acre disturbance. So therefore, there's no DEC involved or required. And we're just here to get your approval.
Right.
A few things that have come up in the last few weeks with my discussions with the engineer and reviewing the code. To the best of my knowledge, I believe you comply with the zoning requirements as far as setbacks on a gateway overlay district property. But Mr. Zonga was a little concerned because that you apparently show water kind of breaking in two directions
Yeah.
at the same point.
And
And we may require just a little more clarification on why that's happening and where exactly is the water going?
do you have the letter from our office?
What was the date of?
This one, May 28th?
Yes.
I do.
Yes. Stormwater management on the first page, but there's a second page, swale to the east discharge question.
On the second page, the middle of the page, section of pipe to be removed.
Yeah, our office field surveyed in detail the storm system with the subject pipe and close. Sorry. And also where there for inspection with the contractor determine where the runoff is draining. And it is indeed following the portrayed on the plan, and in one case near the middle of the site. The flow drains in two different directions as per our field measurements and direct observations. We maintain our belief that the best solution to the problem for the missing section of line is to install a yard drain as previously proposed.
And we have 2 yard drains, one on either side of the construction. We propose a yard drain, I'm upside down here.
No, no,
On the west side of the house, the proposed house, we propose a yard drain which will flow toward Tuxedo Road. And then we propose a yard drain on the east side of the house that will flow and go toward the drainage that already exists and quite large pipes. And it's got flow coming. We've observed through this manhole and this manhole that the flow goes this way.
so if I may, if I just mark them up with your map, you have one up here, I believe. Is that roughly where you were pointing?
That's a swale.
That's the swale.
The yard drain to the east, that's the yard drain to the east.
Okay.
And you see the arrows
Yep, I see.
going that way and this way.
That way. Okay.
And it flows that way after that, if I remember right.
Okay.
But it does flow.
Okay.
And this one here, right there.
Yep.
That one flows this way.
Flows that way.
You
which
see
is
the arrow.
Yep. Okay.
I
Okay.
don't see any arrows. My eyes
Yeah,
are
they're
bad.
a little small.
It's a little small. I think we need.
Well, they're here, in here, the larger map, you can see
Yeah.
them.
That's.
You want to mark it on your map? Is
Yeah,
that what you
please.
want?
Yeah.
Okay. This is a yard drain here on the west side of the house,
Mhm.
and it flows this way, and it flows right across Tuxedo Road. There's a
Mhm.
pipe before the wall there, there's a manhole. And that flows that way. This area in here, the pipe was busted. We couldn't even see flow in this manhole when we opened it. That manhole's gonna go. There's a yard drain proposed here, and this flows this way.
Oh,
And
I
that
see.
way.
I only see an arrow.
Right, and there's another one there showing it goes that way. It continues, I don't know where, but there's a good flow of water coming through that line.
And
And it hadn't rained.
we're sure these are storm drains, not sanitary.
Definitely storm drains.
Okay,
Definitely.
we have an IN.
I witnessed them myself.
No, okay, just want to make sure we have an INI problem in this village. Um,
That was one of the issues that came up earlier in the meeting. In addition to that, I think I've notified you before that there are some other approvals that are needed. And I don't know if you put it on this, but we need a maximum buildable appropriate envelope for this site. I don't know if that's been noted
Maximum
already.
buildable envelope is on here.
That's the heavy line,
Described
right?
square area right here.
Okay,
250 by 250.
well, the board may accept that. That's required for a subdivision, a square of 250 by 250. The planning board has its discretion on whether they want to make that tighter for this construction or,
Well, we have like the limits of disturbance, right, which is this heavy line that you've,
Right, the clearing limit. Yep.
which is the heavy line with, some places it's got black squares and some places it's got whatever this initial is that I
Right,
can't
we
read.
show the area disturbance.
Yep.
It's 0.8 acres.
Right.
It's yours.
oh, thank you. That's something at the end, the planning board has to approve that maximum appropriate buildable envelope. Then we have the issue regarding the filling and the grading. The Board of Trustees has to grant a filling and grading permit, anytime, filling and grading is, proposed. And I would suggest you write a letter to the Village Board of Trustees and include whatever paperwork you feel is necessary, and any details you feel is pertinent as far as quantities and perhaps number of truckloads, so the board can analyze, the amount of fill that'll be taken out and the amount of importation that'll come in. I could sum this up tomorrow, but I'm just telling you now that
Okay.
the trustees need to approve a permit for filling and grading.
Do the trustees also need to approve the driveway or is that?
The trustees also have to approve any temporary road cuts. And you're proposing one for the construction.
Yeah.
And
For
we're
each
proposing
access.
improving the existing driveway.
That already exists, so I'm not really concerned about the existing driveway as far as the trustees are concerned. But the temporary access that you've discussed at
And
prior
that's
meetings,
strictly temporary for construction purposes.
and I think that's the way you should explain it to the trustees. It's temporary for construction purposes. Do what you will as far as dates and what you're comfortable with. It'll be removed as of whenever. I don't know. It's up to you. Obviously,
Get together with the contractor.
But the main driveway would be off Tower Hill.
With what?
The main driveway, if the house is built, the main driveway is off Tower Hill, not off Tuxedo.
Correct. And it's being slightly widened, so it's well passable. Making it full 12 feet.
and then, of course, the last item, which I think you all know, is you need approval from the Board of Architecture Review for the architecture final site improvements and landscaping.
Do we do that before planning board approval or do we have, can we?
The planning board has to do the maximum appropriate buildable envelope first, otherwise the bar doesn't know what it's working within. And I think concurrently, you should send a letter to the Village Board of Trustees requesting a permit to clear, fill, and clear, excavate, and fill, I guess.
I have a question. Where does it say that we need to maximum buildable? Because we saw this.
Yep, no, I understand that. It's under the planning board, and I'll give this, keep this, letter C. It's really, that's one of the primary charges of the planning board with a new construction.
And that is defined in your plan as your limit of, that's your limit of disturbance.
So is it the planning board have to decide like what is it says that in approving site plans, the planning board shall designate the maximum appropriate buildable envelope.
Yes.
So you are the ones who are gonna give us the number?
Yes, but what typically happens is exactly what's happened here. We get this limit of disturbance that you guys have decided is the amount of room that you need to do this. We look at that and make sure that it is reasonable. There have been times where we have suggested to people that maybe they need to open it up. I don't think we need, I don't see that here, but I haven't. And so typically we then do, what we usually then say is this line that we've agreed to that's on your plan, that's the line. Now, If you go to the bar and they say, I want you to move the house 30 feet to the left, then we're coming back.
We
And
can't.
you can't, I know.
We cannot
We,
move
you
this
know,
house an inch in any,
Oh, I know.
any direction.
I know. And I wouldn't suggest that the bar is ever
Desiree, can you hear us now? Desiree?
Yes, I can now. Thank
Were
you.
were we without audio all that time?
For a couple of minutes, yes.
Okay, just a few minutes. All right, we'll get by. Nothing we can do.
My second question is, where the house is, do you need pilings?
Yes,
So you're gonna have piles underneath the house and then and then you're gonna remove all the muck
under the driveways.
under the driveways.
Under the driveway, yes.
And basically I see this picture, which is, I'm sure, adequate to support the
That's
weight
the
of a
typical
car.
detail for the pavers. And below that, they have to put in the fill, remove the muck and build up the fill to the point of where the base stone could be for the pavers. And that is compacted fill in 1 foot or less lifts. So that it will be structurally sound for the driveway. The driveway won't settle, the house won't settle. And all around the portions of the house where we're doing work, we're even showing the muck being removed there. So that all of that fill is going to be compacted. Where there's no driveway, it's still going to be compacted in the gray areas. So we also extended the fill out from the driveway because when you bring fill up 6 to 11 feet, which is possible with the borings that the hydrogeologist showed, that you have to have an angle of repose from the driveway so that you have full support under the driveway.
Silly question, repose means what?
Angle of repose means where the soil lays. If you put the soil in and compact it only under the driveway, you have a straight embankment. There's nothing holding it from collapsing. So you do an angle of repose, which is for the different soils, and they determine that. So we've given it enough room so that you could build up the soils in a way sort of like sideways pyramid, that when you're build up to the road surface and all the stone underneath, that support, it's supported and the angle of repose continues to hold that up. You know that if you build a pile of earth, you keep dumping dirt on it, it keeps going spreading. That's similar to that.
And where the house is, has that been marked out?
We have not staked it out yet. We haven't been requested to stake it out because there's no chance we're building yet until we get some permits.
I'm through.
Okay, thank you.
John, sorry?
Well, my review revolved around understanding the unique conditions of this site. So my question is kind of, do you have plans for long-term maintenance of those drainage systems that you are talking about, or are you considering having one?
The drainage of the pavers, it's spelled out in the detail that the pavers have to be maintained
Okay.
so that
So-
water can always go through them. It's a matter of running a vacuum sweeper over the top of them once in a while, depending on the weather, how it's been. If it's been dry weather for a month, you don't have anything going on. But again, it's got to be maintained. I've seen pervious pavers that aren't maintained and they're still taking water. I have one school that has a large area of pavers that are pervious, and they haven't maintained it at all. But I've been there in a pouring rainstorm and the water just disappears. It just disappears. The granular fill that goes between the joints is not, it's probably the largest grain that would be classed as still sand. The next step, it would be gravel. So those granular bits have porosity through them, and the gap between the pavers is 3/8 of an inch. So every paver is maybe this big. They have a circumference around them that is taking water. And I had one job where we had to verify if pervious pavers worked. I ran a garden hose over an area of the pavers for 3 hours, never puddled.
Okay. Thank you.
I hope I answered your question.
No 24s.
Well, he explained what it is.
No, but in
I
case you- in
appreciate
case you
that.
want to see it
Yeah.
again. In case you want to-
I have a basic question, it's also probably in the notes, but I can't see. Where is the water and sewer hookup come in?
The water is here
Okay,
and the sewer actually connects right here to the existing sewer line.
yeah, okay, so that's on site, and then the water line is coming,
Connects to the water main in the street.
okay.
Okay?
That's it.
What's that?
All right, I've only got two. First is, do we know yet where the electric's coming in, or is that still waiting on Orange and Rockland?
I haven't, I don't recall if we put it, yeah, we have it here.
Okay, yes.
TEC.
Says, what's the big square in front of the house? I said, it's more driveway.
Yeah.
Okay, and if you did, you can send it to us tomorrow.
Okay. If it's not done, I will do it.
That's okay. And it has been some time. You may have emailed it to me, but we can check tomorrow.
I may have submitted one already, but
Okay,
I will follow up.
we'll check tomorrow.
I don't, it's a house going on a house lot, so I don't think
It's a type two.
it's a type 2.
It would be good to have the EAF on file.
Good.
Good.
So then I guess the first thing we have to do is yes, say it's a type 2, right? Okay, so tell me what the motion's supposed to say.
Well, if we're gonna get the EAF,
Yes.
you may want to wait to make the motion until after we look at the EAF and review it.
Okay. But then we can't approve their.
I mean,
Right.
I think that that I think that you guys probably have enough to say that you've considered the environmental impacts and that you want to go ahead with it. Type 2 and
Can we make it contingent on the final review of the EAF?
I think that would be a little awkward.
Yeah.
I think that you've seen enough that you can say that you understand the environmental impacts and you've considered it. If you want to see the EAF, I think then you need to wait and make the decision after you see the EAF. Does that make sense?
That does make sense. And, I mean, I'm comfortable with the idea of putting a house on a house lot. But I will, does anybody have an objection to that, so that we could?
Should wait for the EAF?
Wait for the EAF, or
How long would that take?
I don't know. I mean, it would mean that, it means that we wouldn't be able to prove.
Check if we prepared one, somehow, I don't know, like, I
Okay.
found email.
John's gonna check the file. I know we asked for it, and I sort of feel like we
If you asked
got it.
for it, we must have provided it, but.
I
in
sort of, I
general, we
remember
don't
it coming up.
miss this.
Yeah. All right.
If
So,
it's not done, I will get it done on Thursday.
which is fine. So it would be.
Because tomorrow I'll be in the field all day.
Oh, lucky you. It's gonna be 97 degrees. But it'll be humid to make up for it.
I'm only 75. So.
That's fine. Oh, you're good.
You're a youngster.
Drink a lot of water.
He's the only one that could say that here.
Well, maybe John has a copy.
I think he's busy checking the files now.
Thought it was gonna be 99.
Depends on where you are. Never can tell in our little valley here. I gotta be in the city tomorrow. It's definitely gonna be 99. Talking about seagulls, there's gonna need to be everybody says a dewatering plan and all the rest of it, but that's not us. That'll be.
Contract is supposed to develop a plan for how he's gonna do water and for how he's gonna remove the materials and where
Yeah.
he's gonna haul it to. We've already discussed that with Boris and he said, yes, I'm taking care of that.
Okay, good.
But we
things
do
that-
need a plan from him.
Need a plan. It's gonna be. This is an ambitious earthworks project.
I agree.
Well, I have a question, like, so when you're gonna write a letter to Board of Trustees about truckloads and like whatever is we need to fill and remove, right? So I expect this probably to be quite a few truckloads.
Yes.
From your experience, are we gonna have an issue with that? I mean, but what can we do with this project? I mean, we have to do it. We have to remove this.
Right.
It's
So-
like we have a specific place for this house, which we cannot move because nobody wants us to break that 150-foot. Everybody was.
Yeah.
Bill was the one who said, like, please move the house, please move the
I
house.
tried.
And
I
yeah,
tried.
we can't.
We already,
right?
we've been through that game already
Yeah,
before.
so- So we cannot move the house and they have a right to build a house there, right? So what can we do? We have to remove that muck and we have to replace it with a suitable soil. I mean, what else we can do about it? We're already doing like a hybrid to minimize removal. So that's why we're going with the piles. But we will need truckloads of
I am absolutely not qualified to speak for the Board of Trustees. But I think that exactly what you've stated should be, I mean, if I was writing a letter to the Board of Trustees, that would be exactly it. This is what we intend to do. This is why we have to do it. these are the options that we've already tried to do so that we don't have to do it. And then the question I would expect that the Board of Trustees is going to be asking is, okay, whatever the number, I'm going to make up a number now, which I don't believe is true, but you're going to have 10,000 dump trucks running through Tuxedo Road. What are you going to do to minimize the impact of that traffic on the rest of the village, the rest of the world, all of those things? Again, this is,
Do you have an estimate on how many trucks?
At some
Well,
point,
it's a difficult thing because the height of the muck is different in many places. So without doing a boring every 10 feet on where the driveway is, it would be very difficult to calculate.
Do you have a range?
And even that could change from one side or the other. So could we average it? Could we say 9 feet of fill, we're removing over the whole thing? Yeah, we could, but it's never going to be a real number, so to speak.
It might be good to try to get an estimate when you pitch it to the board.
Okay?
I'm just speculating.
yes,
This board or?
no, this is,
We don't make that.
we don't make that decision.
Okay.
Right, so again, and, like I'm just an engineer and the head of the planning board, so, this is not legal advice.
So.
They're gonna ask you, I would imagine, are more trucks going out with fill than are coming in?
It's probably going to be close to the same. Whatever they remove, they have to backfill. Either with the bed for the pavers or the base material that has to be compacted on from the bottom up.
John disappeared, we're waiting.
Yeah, I would try to get an estimate. Just my opinion.
Okay, we can come up with something. The hydrologist report was the muck is anywhere from 6 to 11 feet deep.
Yeah, that's deep muck.
Yeah, it's a tiny little mud hole there.
I mean,
And this is not, I'm not trying to be a sharpshooter here. 11 feet, aren't you gonna have like a channel with ground above it? I mean, if you do the driveway, are you gonna have to go 10 feet deep on the driveway?
If there's muck that deep, they have to remove that muck in order to fill it. You can't fill on top of muck because muck will move. It'll never be stable. I've seen a contractor right in Middletown started to fill in what they called the egg pond. It was just a little pond, but it was fairly deep. They started filling from one side. The muck came up from the bottom and went through the neighbors, filled their cellar with mud. It just, you have to be real careful when you do this, and so you cannot fill on top of it. You have to remove it. Now, if when they're removing it, it moves or shifts, or we get a heavy rain, and it,
But are you gonna have the driveway lower than the level land? On either side of the
going to
driveway?
be higher
Higher.
Once
than the
they,
existing land.
they're gonna dig out the
And
pit
then put in
and put stone back in.
They're gonna fill with soil
soil and then.
that's
Okay.
approved for backfilling,
All right, yeah,
and it's gonna be compacted in lifts
all right.
up
that
to the
makes sense.
base course of the stone that's gonna be put on top of that. There's gonna be a fabric put in between to separate them, and that fabric will pass water through it. So when you put the stone on, naturally, that's heavy too. So the base course that's built up and compacted has to support all of that. And that will be probably tested by a company that the contractor hires to do the testing for compaction.
I'm sorry, I could not locate the EAF. So
All right,
you submit it this week.
we will get to the bottom of that one way or the other.
It's okay.
If you need it, if we don't have it already, we'll do it.
Just submit it.
Well, as long as
It's done.
Have a inside?
We've heard a lot of support for that, so. no issue.
Okay, so then,
Have you already declared lead agency?
I believe so, but we could do it again just to make sure.
If you'd like to make sure, then that would be,
All right, so then we'll start by saying that I'll make a motion that we are declaring the planning board as lead agency for environmental review on this project. Did I get that right?
yeah.
Okay, good. Could I have a second?
Second.
Have we discussion? No. All in favor?
I,
Aye. All of us.
Thank you for that.
Yep. Okay, and so then based on that and based on what we've heard,
You're gonna call it a type 2.
we're going to declare this as a type 2 action. May I have a second?
second.
Rich. Everybody good?
Yep.
All right, all in favor? Aye. Okay,
And as a type 2 action, it's presumed to not have any adverse environmental impacts. And so you can go ahead with a neg deck.
so we'll then make a motion that this is a negative declaration, that is to say there are no environmental impacts that need to be remediated. Okay, good. We got one for everybody. Any discussion? If you find a big pool of oil, let somebody know. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, so that passes. And the last one then is, we are approving
Site plan before you.
we're approving the site plan before us, which is got a date on it, right? Where the revisions list?
Last revised.
Last revised 5/28/2026. Including the limits of disturbance as defined. We have a special word for it, maximum buildable envelope. As defined by the limits of disturbance on the drawing. Anything else? We're good? We don't have any conditions. It's all somebody else's problems now.
Good.
All right. May I have a second?
Second.
Second. Any final discussion?
Not at this time.
Oh, good. Well, this is your last chance. Unless they change something.
this time or no time.
All right, we good?
Yep.
All in favor?
I,
Aye.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now you have the hard part. You gotta get past the bar.
Appreciate all your help.
I don't know how many full copies I have, and I'm sure the board of trustees will see some full copies.
Thank you, guys.
Anytime.
We try.
5, 7.
Tell your friends how wonderful we are. We get a lot of bad press.
Maybe 7.
You want 10 copies?
10 copies. 10 copies is fine.
All right.
Sir.
10 copies.
I'll just come.
Okay. Thank you very much.
We have some other business to do, which you're welcome to hang around for, but we'll take a 2-minute pause and let you guys get out.
Yeah, I think we'll put it up.
It's a little project.
Appreciate the congeniality.
We tried. Yeah, take care. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I will send you an email tomorrow. Okay?
You owe me a call.
I'll give you a call this week.
Okay, very good. I won't be in the office this week, but next week.
Okay, good.
Okay, so the only thing we have is to approve the minutes of the last meeting, which everybody got, I believe.
We were all here.
We were all here.
Yep.
I had a couple of comments which I gave to Desiree and she addressed. I don't know if anybody else had any comments at the time or has any comments now. Then can I have a motion to approve the minutes of the last meeting?
Fine.
So moved. May I have a second?
Second.
There you go. All in favor?
Hey,
Aye. Yay. That's all I got. Anybody else got any business?
No.
Good. John, do we have anything looming? Overton will be coming back at some point.
At some point, but nothing else nothing new.
Okay. So keep an eye on your emails and we'll meet again hopefully soon.
When is the next?
So it would typically be the second Tuesday in August. But I don't see anything in the immediate future.
This is the second Tuesday of July, right?
Also,
So we would have in theory,
is there one more this month? We're still early? I'm sorry.
it's the
So that'll be the
14th,
fourth Tuesday of
Yeah.
this
would be
month.
like the 28th.
I thought we'd already passed the second Tuesday of this month.
Thinking, so it would theoretically the 28th, but if we don't get something by the end of the week, we won't have time to review it.
Correct, yeah. And I don't foresee anything right now.
So. Probably. All right. Stay cool.
Adjourn 7:46.
7:46. I have a motion to adjourn, please. So moved. Can I have a second? Motion to adjourn takes no discussion. All in favor? Aye. Thank you very much.
Perfect. Oh, and I got the call for the pickup again.
Oh, good.